Wait, there's something very weak coming through.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Hello, fellow Galactic listeners. I'm Aaron Julian, and this is WSTR Galactic Public Access, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 98. Today, we are going way, way, way back to November 17th, 1978, almost 40 years ago for, yes, the infamous Star Wars Holiday Special. Joining us today is Heather Allred.
Hey, everybody. I've dressed for the occasion. For those who are watching.
Yep, if you're listening to the podcast, you're missing out because Heather is looking quite festive for her Christmas Life Day outfit. So tune into youtube.com/WSTR for that. And we've got Todd Hoffman.
Hello, everyone.
Glad to have you here. So,
of course.
You can check us out on social media, WSTR Media, all one word, all lowercase. Email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR. That's 630-557-9787. Guess what? We are coming up on 100 episodes. That's right. This is episode 98. We've got one more before the big 100. So call in, write in, say hi, say congrats, say we want more, say you don't care. We want to hear it because, hey, it's Thanksgiving. We are thankful for you, our fans, our listeners, our supporters.
That's right. Absolutely.
So, thank you. We would not be where we are without you. So we dearly appreciate you. We love you. We are doing this for you every week. So call in, write in, tell us what's on your heart. You can also catch our entire back catalog of episodes at www.wstrmedia.com. And now you could subscribe to our YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss our next live episode. That's right. We broadcast all of our recording sessions live Monday nights, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find us at youtube.com/WSTRmedia. Today's podcast is brought to you by our merch store over at teespring.com. That's right, switching it up, teespring.com/stores/WSTRmedia. You know, we want to say thank you to you, our listeners, for supporting us just by listening to the podcast. But if you wanted to help us out in an additional way, it's a spirit of giving. So why don't you give us some attention over at teespring.com, where you can find our merch store. We've got t-shirts, we've got tank tops, we've got mugs, we've got hoodies, and now, for that cold weather, we've got leggings for the ladies. So, it's got the little WSTR Death Star logo on the front. It's got WSTR Media along the side. Very, very cute. So, go ahead and give that a look over at teespring.com/store/WSTR Media. Get a gift for yourself, get a gift for the one you love, get a gift for WSTR. And this podcast is brought to you by Audible. So a lot of you are going to be having to commute this Thursday, this Turkey Day, traveling over to see the in-laws, see the relatives for Thanksgiving. And it's going to be a long drive for some of you. Long haul across the hyperspace lane. So
yeah, or if you want to ignore, the relatives, you could just kind of plug the headphones in and go somewhere else.
I mean, our podcast is great and all, but it's only an hour a week.
That's right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But Audible is it's a free, hold on. It is a audiobook. I'm crossing the wires here.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I should go in order and not switch it up last minute. Audible is a service by Amazon that has audiobooks available for you to download and listen to, over 425,000 titles to choose from. And those are many, many, many hours. Plenty long enough to get you through the roughest of hyperspace travel. So pop it in and get access to time you didn't know that you had to educate yourself, learn something new, learn a new skill, or just get entertained by a great story. Whatever you want, it's on Audible. They even have, audiobook cookbooks. So
perfect for the holiday season, right?
Who knew?
Perfect for the holiday season. You want a last minute appetizer that your grandma wants you to bring? Fear not, you can learn on the go. So if you want to participate in a free trial for this service, you get a free audiobook to keep forever just by going to audibletrial.com/WSTR. Get a free audiobook. If you don't like the service, you can cancel at any time, and the book is yours to keep forever. So go on over to audibletrial.com/WSTR. Get your free audiobook. Help us out with some moolah, and everybody wins. So over to Heather for the news. What have we got coming up?
So we've got some little teasers for you here on News of the Week coming up. We have a little Take My Money segment. What could that mean?
Ooh. Yeah, what could that be? Yeah.
Apparently Venom is making some headlining news.
Mm.
And then mischievous Deadpool.
Yeah, wow. There you go. I have to tune in and find out. What are you going to do? Yeah.
But first, Todd, you got something for us?
Yes. We're switching up Twitter trash compactor.
Get in there, you big polio! I don't care what you smell! Get in there and don't worry about it!
All right. Finally, people have voted. And I think
they heard your complaints last time.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Those like 2 votes, on some polls. So every week we're doing a poll. And so this week we were, last week we were talking about what was the worst special edition. Say that 3 times fast, But that was the question. Worst special edition. So again, you have 4 choices on Twitter. So here we go. Greedo shot first, Jabba the Hutt in Docking Bay 94, the Jedi Rock Song in Jabba the Hutt's Palace in Return of the Jedi, and then the Yub Dub Snub, the different Return of the Jedi ending. Okay. So,
snub. I love it.
So that, try to be a little creative. So as I was waiting for Aaron to kind of get the podcast ready for Wednesday morning, I put this out and it got crazy real quick. I'm like, what is happening? Everyone's voting on this. What's going on? And it landed at like 409 votes. Got a couple 13 retweets. So the people have spoken, and I'll go from the most popular one to the least, the least popular one to the most popular.
Better.
So, there you go. So, different Return of the Jedi ending was 11%. So, everyone kind of yubbed them stub. We were kind of on the fence, like we really wish that was in, but we do like, seeing the different planets, which was cool. A little celebration across the world. Next was Jabba the Hutt in Docking Bay 94, which was in A New Hope. Again, Jabba didn't look like Jabba, but that's okay. And then the 2 that really duked it out to the very bitter end, but Greedo shot first came in at 34%. And that leaves Jedi Rock Song at 35%. Won the best, worst addition to the special edition. So, a lot of comments about that one. And basically, the overall theme was that it just doesn't fit the scene. It's like kind of out of place for Gangster Jabba to have this kind of pop song in happening. So that was the poll, man. That was the poll. So thanks again for voting.
People have spoken.
The people have spoken.
So again, thanks for voting. We continue to do that every week. And there you go.
Woo.
All right. With that, I think we should move on to our main topic.
And now for our feature presentation.
Oh man, this one. we're
all right, let's collectively all take a breath together. Here we go.
Yeah, let's take it all in together. we were talking, look, what should we do for our 100th episode? And Aaron kind of threw out, why don't we watch the holiday special? And I said, well, I don't know if we want to do that, but I guess we should, little did we know, I guess our math wasn't good, but this last Saturday, November 17th, 2018, was the 40th anniversary of the holiday special. So we thought, you know what? Forget that. We're going to save the 100 for something special, even though the Star Wars holiday special is something special. We're going to do it right now because we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Star Wars holiday special. So if you're not familiar, it aired only once.
Which was
and it's a doozy. It's really I don't even know. There's not too many words that can describe the holiday special, but it was on CBS November 17th, 1978. And really it's has the original cast, which is great. One of the big things it does is introduce Boba Fett in a cartoon form before. Obviously, this was done before Empire Strikes Back. And it was directed by Steve Binder. And really, the storyline is Han Solo is trying to get Chewbacca back to Kashyyyk to celebrate Life Day, which is really kind of the, I guess, the Wookiee Thanksgiving, Christmas. We don't really know. It's Life Day. So, and a bunch of shenanigans happen in between that. But there we are. That's a short version of it. So before we dive into the details,
okay,
let's go with Heather, because we were talking before the podcast. Heather, this is the first time you've seen the holiday special, and we feel like now your journey to becoming a full-fledged Star Wars fan is now complete.
Yes.
Now that you saw the holiday special. So what were your overall impressions about this lovely TV short, I guess?
Yeah.
What do you even call it? Like an experience?
Experience.
A trial?
Yeah. So, so like you said, I hadn't seen it. Obviously it filmed before I was with the world. And then it wasn't probably something that you like bought on VHS and like watched every year. I don't know.
You can't.
So I pulled it up on the old YouTube, and I was 20 minutes in, and I thought I literally don't have words. Like, I was like,
oh man.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then I just like, well, you're podcasting. You've got to watch the whole thing. You have to experience it. So I kept going. And then Grandpa got the itchy. Got the helmet thingy. And then the woman, there was the whole cooking instructional thing. And then
you're getting way too far ahead.
I'm sorry. But my point is, in the getting advanced was more like, you realize that this could have been like a 20-minute episode thing and we could have been done. But it had all of these weird offshoots, and at some point you just have to ask, what was someone smoking?
Yeah, exactly. This clearly came out in the 70s. All right. Well, so anyway, we're gonna get into the details really quick, but great. Aaron, what are your overall impressions of the Star Wars holiday special?
Man, where do I begin? I feel like it's one of those things that's like not a bad idea, but the execution was just so disjointed. And did they even know what they wanted when they shot it?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. It's like part of it's like a early sitcom.
Yes.
Complete with your traditional 20th century American household living arrangement, I guess. And then it's got that storyline, but then they have all these weird non sequiturs where they're, now we're watching an instructional video on how to build a transmitter, and now here's a cartoon of all the Star Wars characters you love, and now we're in the cantina, and it's almost like this variety show.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, like, was all TV like this in the 70s? Was it all this bad? Or, is this an anomaly? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we're spoiled with the choice that we have in what media we have. But, maybe back when you only had like 5 TV stations, this is what you got.
This is what you got.
You enjoyed it, or, you went to bed hungry.
That's right.
I don't know. It's just deeply mystifying.
Right.
It is. Yeah. This is my 3rd time. So I watched on Saturday because I'm a true Star Wars fan on the 40th anniversary, because that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. So this is probably my 3rd time through, and it was probably 3rd time too much. But I'm pretty sure that young Christopher Nolan was watching this one when he was thinking about Inception, because it feels like you're watching TV, Star Wars, and they're constantly watching another show while they're in the show, and it just gets layered, and you're just like, this is Inception, man. This is like totally Inception, So that's my one impression. And the other thing too is, like, I love Star Wars, and this is probably, for all the hate for The Last Jedi, this one is just, like you said, Aaron, it's a mystery of like what the overall purpose was supposed to be. It's like a variety show, sitcom, and a whole lot of mess in between. And just like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah. Shall we go into the details?
Yes, we shall.
Okay.
If
All right.
we have
So
to. No.
I guess. So
Right.
it basically opens up with Han and Chewie in the Millennium Falcon cockpit, but it's not the Millennium Falcon cockpit. It's like, this is the TV special cockpit, but they intersplice A New Hope footage for the little, they're getting chased after Star Destroyers, and basically Han Solo is like, hey, we got to get you to Life Day, we're going to make it happen, so that's kind of opening. So it's not like horrible. You just know, that's not the cockpit that they used, but then we get to Kashyyyk, and they take a Ralph McQuarrie like painting of Kashyyyk, and they just kind of zoom in on it.
Yeah.
And then you're in, like you said, like a very much like a sitcom kind of thing, which kind of makes sense. It works because it's TV, and you're like, okay, totally can buy into this. This is like Star Wars sitcom. Totally get it. But it's Wookiees with no subtitles. So now you got Grandpa Itchy, great name. You got wife Mala, and then you got his son Lumpy. So Lumpy looks like an Ewok kind of, but just fluffier and scarier looking. So
it's the teeth, man.
That's what nightmares are made of. Is what that is.
Like the teeth and the lips and
yeah. So we got basically right away. We have kind of like a home setting with I don't know. There's cooking and laundry and stuff happening. What are your thoughts about this first little part with Itchy, Lumpy, and Mala? Heather.
Yeah, I found it very interesting that they didn't have subtitles.
Right.
But that you sort of followed along with what was going on. Grandpa's tinkering. Lumpy's running around playing with his ship, annoying the family.
Right. Yeah.
Mom is stereotypically in the kitchen doing mom things.
Right.
I mean, I got it. I followed. It was good. It was just, I couldn't. Oh,
yeah.
I just had the hardest time visually staying with Lumpy. There
Right.
was just something about, I'm like, I can't watch you.
Yeah.
You freak me out. But but it was good.
Right.
I mean, I followed the story. I understood what was going on. Yeah.
Right. And so the first TV
It was a
screen,
slow
Mala's
start.
got like it's a little slow start. Mala has a secret compartment behind her bookshelf. No one's going to look there. Some kind of computer. She beams into, now we're watching Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 like on a security cam or something. And they're having a conversation. And yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And Luke looks horrible. He's got like all his makeup on. He's got guy liner on.
Killer eye
Yeah.
makeup.
He's got like the tomboy haircut.
Yeah.
It's a weird. It looks like he's made out of wax.
And the special effects of the smoke from whatever part is like way overdone. It's just smoking everywhere. It's bad.
I don't know what was going on
Yeah.
there. Was that before or after his accident?
I think this is after, so you could tell like his face is not as clean. He's got like a little scar thing going on there, and I think he's heavily makeup. So
That would explain.
yeah. So next, we don't have to spend too much time there. It's just horrible. It's like horrible dialogue. It's just bad. But then Mala contacts this guy called Son Dan. I don't know. He's a local human trader with them, and she's trying to get a hold of. He's like, yeah, he should be here. I know Chewie's going to be on the way. Blah blah blah. Then Mala watches a cooking show.
Oh.
Okay.
Stir, whip, stir, whip, 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 stir, stir, whip, stir. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious.
Can we just pause for like 30 seconds though?
Sure.
Harvey Korman is a genius. I
is.
loved him from the Carol Burnett show.
Uh-huh.
And his whole dentist and he's just phenomenal. So
Yes.
major props to that guy. That's all I got.
We
He
want
shows
you
up
to
like
be
3 times in this special.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got 3 roles, which is great.
right, and he's a 4-armed alien. It's kind of like a Julia Child's like cooking show. And of course, Aaron, now that you're in this cooking kick, I immediately thought of you. I'm like, this is exactly.
I knew you'd say something like that.
I was like,
I promise
this is
you I can do a better show than Stir Whip Guy.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we have to do a Star Wars. We have to carry on the legacy of Chief or Chef Gorma Nada. Yeah,
Just saying, if you want a gift idea, there's some Star Wars cookbooks floating around there. So.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we get, and she's cooking bantha. It's a bantha special. That's what he's cooking. So, anyways, there's that. The trader Sean arrives with some gifts, I guess. This is where it gets weird, man. This is like.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Okay. So
yes,
he gives the one that we know he gives right away to Itchy is like a hairdresser. It's like he sits in this hairdresser thing. Now it's kind of like he's like Total Recall. He's kind of like going into another space or something. But it's just creepy weird because it's like a virtual reality fantasy program with Diane Carroll, who's like some singer, I guess, in the 70s. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, what did you think about this creepy, itchy virtual reality program?
I mean, yeah. So I was like, when you saw the opening credits, they're like with special guests, blah blah blah, and you're just like, okay. And so then after the Harvey Korman, cooking situation, I was like, oh, they're just going to be funny little cameo things. Yeah, bits.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd. I could not think of that word. And then all of a sudden, it was this late disco, dreamy music video singing. And then I forgot everything that led up to that point of like, why are we at, what is, oh, right, the virtual reality, his dreams or his hopes or whatever it was. And it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't know. It seemed like some kind of hypnosis porn thing.
Yeah. Like it was kind of inappropriate.
Grandpa Itchy, what are they doing to you?
Yeah.
It was very
it's
odd.
Just,
and uncomfortable.
It's just
weird. It's just weird.
It's just weird.
Like
it's
they left us on TV.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm like, I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, so then you have that. Now, this is where the Imperials come by to do an inspection of the Kashyyyk of the Mala, Wookiee household, I guess, or Chewbacca's household. It's just, this one's weird too. Like, so they're coming in, they're trying to make sure all the Wookiees are around, I guess. I don't know. And the Imperial officer, the guy that they have casted, actually is like, okay, I can believe that he's an Imperial officer. But like the stormtroopers are like pointing guns everywhere and they're holding the blaster weird. And it's just weird. It's like, I don't know. What did you think of this little part?
Well, honestly, when they walked in, I couldn't help but think of that opening scene from Inglourious Bastards, where they're looking for the Jewish people that they've hidden underneath the floorboards. I'm like, oh no,
yes,
there's a dark crossover here somewhere that is probably best left untouched. But it seemed like they were trying to shoehorn the Empire into this somehow, for reasons that we'll get into later. But just felt kind of out of place to me. Like, oh, we well, at least there's some tension. Let's put it that way. There's some conflict and an actual plot going on when the Imperial show up. So there's that.
Exactly.
But it doesn't lead to any actual conflict. It just leads to they're inspecting everything. So now we get to cut away to more boring, useless segments.
Okay. So it's like, okay, so now the local tradesman Sean is trying to distract the Imperials with food or whatever. And then the other gift he brought was Mala's music video box, So he has one of the Imperial officers sits down while they're trying to search the house, right? Which, okay. So now they allow him to sit down and watch this music video from Jefferson Starship, which is also super bizarre. Heather, what say you?
It is. I'm going to keep saying words we've already said. It's a variety show. It's like, how do we give this person their like 15 minutes of fame within this special? So they're trying to like, how do you take a singing group and give them their moment? I don't know. I guess I just feel like it's the same thing again, where there's what's the storyline? What's trying to be told?
Right. So now we have the officer go up into Lumpy's room and they're tearing it apart. So Lumpy's downstairs, and so he's watching a cartoon of, I guess, one of his father's adventures, I would say. It's kind of like a retelling of the story in a cartoon form, which is, again, you get Boba Fett. I kind of like the animation style. It's like really kind of 70s and weird. But it's kind of bizarre, man. So what did you think of this one, Aaron?
Well, the the cartoon is just, it reminds me of the, you ever play those Philips CDI games with the Legend of Zelda? Or you ever seen those cartoons?
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's kind of like that level of quality of animation. In other words, not very good. So, it's just so odd. I think what they did was that they realized, hey, we can't film a giant gelatinous planet, nor can we film, Boba Fett going all Flintstones on this dinosaur and riding it around. So we'll just animate it. Yeah, it didn't work out. It didn't go as planned. It is pretty terrible, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate that we do actually get some kind of an interesting story and some kind of, conflict, increasing conflict, crisis, resolution,
Yeah.
story. So we got that at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boba Fett, he wasn't bad in that appearance. He kind of gave up at the end, but
they used friend a lot. Yeah, they used friend a lot. Like Fett used friend like 1,000 times.
Yeah. Well, it's a classic
weird.
salesman technique to try to get people on your side. If you refer to them in such terms, then they're probably more likely to actually see you as friendly, even though you may not be their friend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I thought. At least he's just being a shuckster.
There you go. Heather, any comments on the cartoon?
It was a little rough, guys. It was a little rough.
Yeah.
It was fine. I agreed that it provided a bit more of a meatier story with a purpose. I thought maybe it is just what kind of animation I'm used to, but it was just clunky and old, and I just felt like Princess Leia didn't look like Princess Leia, and
right. Nor did Han Solo look like Han Solo.
Yeah. But I did find it interesting that R2 is the only one who thought that the word friend was being used incorrectly and tried to bring reason to the people.
That's right.
Shout out to R2.
That's right.
So
awesome.
And Boba Fett was purple, and that was a little weird.
It was a little weird. Well,
Just a little bit.
Here's hoping that the Mandalorian, we get to see that pink dinosaur again. That would be fantastic.
Also, I just want to point out, why did they feel the need to include C-3PO blinking? It's so weird. It's got the little double windshield wiper eyes. It just kind of
and then Chewbacca has white eyes.
Yeah.
It just
stop.
With no
so
pupils.
creepy. Stop it.
Yeah, it's weird. Anywho, so we break from that, and then Lumpy
Lumpy.
I think this is one of the other gifts that the local tradesman gave him, was some kind of translation device. And this is where again we have Corman is playing a robot, I guess, that is malfunctioning. This one's hard to watch.
This was my favorite Harvey Korman moment.
All right, Heather, why was it your favorite?
His acting, it's him. It's him.
Yeah.
It's the actor. I definitely separated myself from what I was watching to know that all of those body movements and changes and stuttering was him. It wasn't technology.
No. Right.
I mean, I'm not saying it was good at all.
He's kind of like the Tin Man. It's like an updated version of the Tin Man. And then at one point he sticks like some kind of like screwdriver up to his chin, and it's just like,
and then he twists it and his whole face twists. I mean, that's cool. But then it was so funny because he'd make comments like, do you have your such and such? And then poor Lumpy's like, meh, and he got all excited, and it was creepy.
Yeah. So this is part of the plot of what's going to happen next. So again, the Imperials are still there. They're like searching the whole house. Okay, so they're still there. They're searching the house. And then we have now insert musical number, not the Jefferson Starship musical number. Now this is a big, like, this is also kind of weird. Like a huge Imperial guy comes on the screen. He's like, meh, meh, meh. Hey, there's a curfew for everybody. Like, no, for the Empire. And this is coming on like on Tatooine. But they require, this is the weird thing. It's like, again, this is the Inception thing. They require all Imperial forces to watch this video of in the Mos Eisley Cantina. So it's like, wait, everyone stop. Everyone in the Empire, I want you to watch this TV, and we're going to show something, a security breakdown in Mos Eisley's Cantina. Okay, so Aaron, why don't you walk us through the setup of the Cantina scene?
All right, so we it's much like the Cantina on Mos Eisley,
Yes.
Except we got B. Anthony in there,
A golden girl.
one of the Golden Girls.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. Sorry,
B.
I got
Anthony.
that cross with Susan B. Anthony for
Yes.
some reason. B. Arthur, one of the Golden Girls. She kills it in this scene.
Oh, she's good. She's
I
good.
think she's the only one who took this thing seriously. Yeah, she plays this cantina bartender owner thing, and
Yes.
it's kind of like an episode of Cheers where she sadly announces that the Empire is closing the bar down,
Right.
and one last round on the house, and then
Yes.
she sings this sentimental like goodbye song to all her friends who are now leaving because the bar's closed, and it's like, oh, it actually hurts a bit. Stop it. What are you doing, movie? Holiday special getting me sad.
Oh man.
So and then that's pretty much it, but she steals the show on this one.
Yeah, well, Corbin's playing a alien that likes her,
Yeah.
coming back, come back again, friend, again, using friend a lot. And, but he drinks through his top of his head.
Yeah. It's a bit odd,
It's a bit
to
odd.
say the least.
It's odd. I think the only kind of cool thing about this is you get to see some of the aliens that you really didn't get a lot of screen time. You actually get to see them kind of up close. And you also realize like how funny some of them look. You're like, oh, this is just a mask and some big rubber gloves.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's a giant rat she snuggles with in one part of the number. And I'm just like, what are we watching here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Heather, what are your thoughts about the good night but not goodbye singing number?
I was not expecting it. I'm not gonna lie. I was not
Yeah.
expecting B to go there in this
Yeah.
smoothie jazz spotlight. Like, I'm surprised they didn't cut to her in an evening gown with the band. I mean, that's what it felt
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're really deep in. At that point, this is like,
Well, you've committed at
We're-
this point.
yeah. we're so deep in this thing. So after that, Lumpy takes his machine that he just got for a gift and basically is faking an Imperial's return to base sound. And so an Imperial officer and a bunch of them leave, except they leave one stormtrooper behind because they're still waiting to account for basically Chewbacca, So they leave, but the so the stormtrooper realizes that they were tricked, and he finds Lumpy and destroys the machine, and then chases Lumpy outside. And this is where we get some action. Yeah, so Han and Chewie show up, and Lumpy's out there, and of course, they're in Kashyyyk. They're really high in these trees, and Han just throws his stormtrooper like off.
Yep. he ain't coming back.
Right.
Well, it's not even that. He kind of like trips over his own feet, and then like falls into like the breakaway rail, and then goes tumbling down to his death.
Yeah, exactly. And Han, and Harrison Ford's like, oh, let's just that's okay, they
Don't
won't miss
look,
him.
Lumpy.
So here's where it gets weird, because so they've been trying to get to Kashyyyk. They finally get to Kashyyyk, and then Han's like, I gotta go back to the Falcon. And so he's like, oh, you guys really grown up. And Harrison Ford's just like phoning this one in. It's like, oh, you guys are so great. Lumpy, you look so big. Your guys are just family, and they're all these smiles and stuff.
Yep.
Then Chewie and Mala have this moment, and it's just, we get some Wookiee like tender eyes and some, I don't know. It's weird. It just gets weird.
Yep.
So
they go on a little trip.
They go on a little trip. Well, is this before or after they say grace? Like before they have like the little family?
I think it's after.
I can't.
I don't know.
remember.
That's the thing. They have all this Chewbacca talk and no subtitles throughout any of it, so can't even tell what's going on.
Yeah. So, no, I think when they sit down at the table, it's after, because they all grab some globes and then they're magically teleported into. They all get robes on. They got all these robes on, and they're kind of like magically teleported to the Tree of Life, I guess. And so all of a sudden now, Princess Leia shows up with C-3PO and R2-D2. Harrison Ford and Luke show up all of a sudden. And then Princess Leia knows the life song for the Wookiees and sings it for them. I don't know. Is this like part of the ceremony, or they're okay with like a human singing like a Wookiee life song? I don't know.
Yeah. It's like a carol. I don't know.
And how much makeup did like Princess Leia have on? Like,
oh,
how much?
Goodness. If I'm going to say it.
Do it. Say it, Aaron. Go there.
Go for it.
It would appear as if most of the cast filmed their scenes in between hitting some nose powder in the trailer, and they needed to cover it up. So they were dipping in the old nose gold.
Not only were the writers doing drugs when they wrote this, the actors were doing drugs.
Yeah, I think they saw the script and they're like, "Oh no."
I don't know. Yeah, what was the script for the beginning part? Like, oh, Wookiee talk to other Wookiee.
Wookiee roars, Wookiee roars, Wookiee roars.
Heather, what are your thoughts of the Princess Leia life song?
Okay, so Wookiees get into robes. That was weird because you're just so used to these very tall Wookiees and they're all fur, and then you just got this red robe with a hood on. It was just weird. Right. But I got it. It was a holiday for them. They were doing their thing. We get dressed up for holidays. I get it.
Yeah.
And then the awkward, regathering of everybody again.
It's just weird.
And then she just started singing, and I just was like, wow, they just are going for it, I guess.
So it's like it's almost like a prayer visual, because it's like they have all the candles lit, or like Aaron said, it's like a Christmas carol. They have all the candles lit, and
it's like mass.
Yeah, it's just she's singing.
I can get her singing it because of the life she led and the.
But are like the Wookiees into this? Is this like a Kashyykian thing or something?
Do they? Do they even know what she's saying? How would they participate?
Is C-3PO also singing along in gosh, what is the Wookiee language? Whatever. He's singing, interpreting what she's saying, or they're just going along with it,
I don't know, man.
And then at this point, Chewie's kind of having like this flashback of like all the great things he's done with Han in A New Hope. He's like, oh yeah, remember this? And they get a couple close-ups of Chewbacca, and it's just weird.
Chewbacca, this is your life.
It was a good run. It's a good run. And then, okay, so that's what happens. Then after that, they close, and they basically have like a little family meal, and they say a little prayer, and that is how the holiday special ends. Bowed heads. Thank you, Master George Lucas, for everything, and this ridiculously weird holiday special. So while we wrap this up, what are your closing thoughts on this, Aaron?
It was a trip. I don't know where it was going. I don't know where it took me.
Yeah.
But makes you appreciate things a bit more, Sometimes you got to have a little taste of hell so you can appreciate heaven all that much better, So
right.
We have our disagreements about The Last Jedi and the new wave of Star Wars movies, and that's fine. But before slinging accusations like something is complete garbage, it might help to actually look at complete garbage.
Oh, right. Heather, what's your thoughts? Final thoughts on this one?
I guess the holiday special is a lot like It's a Small World Disney.
Yes.
You got to do it once to say that you've done it, but then you probably don't need to do it again.
Yes. Yeah.
So I am thankful for my experience with it. I'm now part of this weird club.
Yep.
And please don't ever name your child Lumpy. Those are my final thoughts, I guess.
Oh, man.
I think it needs to be said that, George Lucas, the guy who defends Jar Jar Binks and Howard the Duck, is ashamed of this.
Yeah.
He buried it in the vault.
Yeah.
Never to be re-aired. Probably all the scripts are burned. We only have like bootleg copies. They won't even claim it on YouTube. They're just like, nope. Wash our hands. We're done with this. As far as we're concerned, this does not exist, says Disney.
Right.
So
exactly.
That's how bad it is.
Right. The only thing that has been reproduced from this holiday special is on the Star Wars Blu-ray, and that is the Boba Fett cartoon. That is the only thing. That's it. And everything else, we're not touching. So
kind of like the Fight Club. Just don't talk about it.
Yep. Don't talk about it. I mean, so one of my buddies, I was talking to my buddy Ronnie, and he's just like, I knew a guy that had a VHS copy of it, and everyone was so excited to rewatch it. And then it turned into a game of like how long people could last before they said, turn it off. So I feel like that's kind of how this one is. And Aaron, you kind of put it right. It's like, for all this stuff that's coming out and all the new content that's coming out soon, it kind of really appreciates like how well these new things will be done and produced and how good we have it. When you look at something like this and you're just like, I'm surprised they made Empire Strikes Back, because it's like this one, if you're trying to get the band back together for like a pre warm up for the Empire Strikes Back, this is not how you do it.
Some guy in some boardroom should have said, taking a look at this and gone, yeah, this whole Star Wars thing, it's going
not
nowhere.
A good idea.
Not a good idea.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
man.
Well,
all right.
should we move on to some more
Yes.
exciting things in the world?
Yes.
Let's talk about some
take
good
us.
things, shall
All
we?
right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the news of the week, shall we?
And now, the Star Wars News of the Week.
Variety.com looks like they made a post, which we're all very excited about. Mr. John Williams is composing new Star Wars music for the Disney park attractions.
What?
Your ears will be a-tingling. On Saturday, which was the 18th, the night 17th, I don't know, something close to this day. They released new details. Yesterday. I don't even know what today is. I don't know.
Sunday.
Woo! They released new details about the upcoming and much anticipated addition to the North American theme parks, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Wow.
The Disney Parks Experiences and Consumer Products Chairman, Bob Chapek.
I love that title.
The Disney Parks Experiences and Consumer Products Chairman.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
He revealed at Destination D, which is an event at Walt Disney World Resort, that the two new attractions will be introduced on opening day, both at Disneyland and at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Are you ready to know the
Yes.
new?
Tell me.
Okay. The first is entitled Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Visitors will have the opportunity to pilot Han Solo's famous spacecraft. You heard me right, people. Pilot.
Take my money.
Yes.
Take it.
Take all the money.
Take all my money. Signed up.
I'm not done, you guys.
Okay.
There's
no.
a second one.
Okay.
The second, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, places guests in a battle between the First Order and the Resistance.
Whoa!
Dun, dun, dun.
Right in it? Isn't that dangerous?
Right in between the two sides.
They're going to come at you from both sides.
You're basically you're like C-3PO and R2-D2 crossing the Tantive 4 hallway and just not getting hit. You're just like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Bring your helmet, everybody.
Right, exactly.
Going to be a bumpy ride.
That's amazing.
So everybody just start saving all your monies.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the video, go YouTube this thing and watch the two little teaser videos, and you'll be like, that's awesome. What do we have, Aaron?
Well, this is from comicbook.com. Venom passes Star Wars at the all-time worldwide box office. So
what is happening?
China, that's what's happening. So
Okay.
It's a huge week for Venom. Got released in China on November the 11th, Armistice Day. Skyrocketed to the film's box office numbers, making it one of the newest films to rank in the top 100 highest grossing films list. The other newest addition is Incredibles 2, which is now number 15. Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Venom made $210 million domestically. That is incredible. Surpassed Justice League last week after earned $34.7 million in its opening day in China alone. That makes it the second biggest opening day earner in the country's box office history. I think they're talking about China there.
Yeah, yes, of course.
So it's been out for a full week over there, and it's now beaten Star Wars, which grossed $775.4 million worldwide. Venom's numbers are at $780.5 million. So also passed Guardians of the Galaxy, which was $773.3 million.
Right.
So that places it number 84 on the worldwide list. It's making another lap. Going to pass Deadpool and Spider-Man 2 pretty soon, which stand at 783 and 783.8 million. It's probably going to keep moving up the list at this rate, but who knows? So the fact that Venom would topple Star Wars is kind of a surprise, considering the mixed reviews that Venom has had. But fans seem to enjoy it, and hey, they're the ones who pay for movies. So
true story.
Critics, sorry, it all comes down to money. So, what are your thoughts on that, Todd?
It's weird because it's like, it's kind of like fake money at this point because Star Wars came out 40 years ago and didn't have the ability to be worldwide. And now that they kind of have this United States release, kind of European release, and then the China release, it kind of just, you're printing money now. And for Venom, even though, I mean, it's sci-fi or superhero type thing, it's not like, I don't know, it's not like a blockbuster, but it's still making all this money. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess, well, now we're going to have a sequel. And, it's kind of interesting.
Mm.
How about you, Heather?
I've had zero desire to see this movie. And I mean,
it's Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess now I have to probably give it a shot, maybe see what it's like. But
yeah,
because I'm not like a Deadpool fan, so sometimes when the superhero genre gets this weird, grungy,
you're not into the grunge.
Yeah,
grunge.
I mean,
but
within reason, but sometimes not so much.
Well, now you can go see in December.
Yes,
they're releasing Deadpool 2 again with a PG-13 rating, and it has Fred Savage. And so
Fred Savage, what?
and some of the proceeds goes to fighting cancer, so it's good for a good cause.
All right.
And so they basically take the never-ending story kind of motif and basically put Deadpool kidnaps Fred Savage and ties him to a bed, and now they're telling the story of Deadpool 2, and it looks the trailer. The trailer is amazing, and it's fantastic. You owe yourself. So I know you don't like the grungy, Heather, but this is PG-13. So
maybe
it takes all the bad stuff off, and then you get to see Fred Savage, totally new footage, totally new, and have them interact in Deadpool with Deadpool. It's going to be
interesting.
It's going to be fun.
All right, maybe we'll see. Because, like Batman gets kind of grungy, and I can handle that pretty okay. So
I got you.
So we'll see. Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, and finally, we have more Mandalorian news. So Gina Carano joins the Star Wars series. So she is a former MMA fighter, and she was also in Fast and Furious 6, and she was in Deadpool. So there you go. She has joined the cast, as well as they basically confirmed that Pedro Pascal is going to be the Mandalorian, and Pedro Pascal is from Game of Thrones, if you're not familiar with that. And they also, this was announced like a week or two ago. ILM is starting their own TV division. So now they're getting serious. So now we have a bunch of set photos from Jon Favreau, our favorite director ever, and now we have some casting news, and then ILM is making its own TV division. So that Lucasfilm is pretty serious on their TV shows, unlike the aforementioned Star Wars Holiday Special. So what do you think of this casting news, Heather?
Well, I mean, sadly, I don't really know her.
Okay, that's fine.
If it's the person that think that it is, because I have seen Haywire, which I believe was like her first film.
That's correct. Yes, she was. Yes, that's when she got her start.
She kicked a little butt.
We could say butt here.
Can we say butt on the podcast? Okay.
Great. I thought this was a family podcast.
Well, we shouldn't be talking about the Star Wars Holiday Special then.
Fair point. So that brings a level of excitement just in regards to fight scenes within that bounty hunter kind of world situation. So that can be pretty intriguing. I've not seen the other films mentioned, so and I don't watch Game of Thrones, so
right.
Poor Pedro, but but I'm excited. I'm excited for New Blood. I think it'll be good because I think we've got a solid base with producer, director behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm good with the fresh faces.
Cool. Awesome. Aaron, any thoughts on this?
I mean, we had the rumor that that Pascal was going to be the Mandalorian, and I think that's a pretty solid choice. Given I've not seen Game of Thrones, but people don't seem to be putting up too much of a fuss around that, so seems like a pretty solid choice to me. I've not seen Gina Carano either, but just briefly looking at her film pedigree, looks like some dudes are gonna get beat up. So she knows what she's doing. So
there you go.
More power to her.
Totally.
So yeah, so I think it just shows overall that they're really serious about the TV spots that they're going to do for Disney Plus. And then again, like we announced last week with Cassian, the Cassian little series. I mean, this is like, they're getting pretty serious. So I'm interested to see how this does play out. Unlike the Star Wars Holiday Special. So there you go. That's news of the week.
Right on.
All right. What's next, guys?
Well, we have got Cantina Chat. Todd, what's going on in your world?
Oh, man. So this is more of a public statement. We a while back, we put our hat into the Star Wars podcast stage for Star Wars Celebration. And so Twitter was ablaze the other day, just saying, oh, I got in. Oh, I didn't get in. I'm like, I guess we should check our email. So check the email, and we got a little email, and it said, you have not been selected. And I was like, tears, just running down my face.
Yeah.
No. I pretty much did Darth Vader,
you threw Trent down the stairs.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously we're disappointed in that, but it sounded like it's a very selective group because it's not like they're doing this all 5 days, Yeah. So there's that. I mean, obviously my ego wanted to have a local podcast from Chicago to be on, it would have been cool. But I digress. We will still be there. We're still going to have fun. It's going to be amazing. And congratulations to all the Star Wars podcasts that did make it. We'll just be on the B-roll. It's not a big deal.
Let's just say we have a few plans.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's kind of that will be my update for Cantina Chat.
Right on.
All right.
What about you, Heather?
Yeah, it's been kind of a slower geek week for me. In preparation for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. It's just been a lot of getting some work done and living life. I did recently watch Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice. That's my favorite one.
It's kind of a good one. Yeah. So I did watch that, but otherwise it's been pretty calm, cool, collected kind of week. I did make my Jawa shopping list.
No, what?
I made the list. So I've kind of put it in like a rank priority of how and when to purchase and kind of figuring it out so that I can take the big dream and make it a systematic action point. So I feel like if I keep talking about it enough on the podcast, you fans and my team will hold me accountable to becoming a Jawa.
Our listeners will hold you accountable.
They will,
for sure.
Hey, you're digging your own hole. Don't go throwing us into the ring.
If we could definitely do like a project management schedule for you, and be like, all right, this is your checkpoint. You need to be here by this date. that would be our Cantina chat. We'd be like, Heather, where are you at?
Right.
Where are you at?
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, good.
Planning
That's
stages
awesome.
are basically done. Now it's just a matter of action.
Action, yeah. Aaron, what's going on with you, man?
Well, we had another session of the Star Wars RPG, which is great. We only have, I think, 2 more before the end of the semester, and our DM, he is graduating and moving on to the great beyond. So
what? Real world? No.
Yeah, I know. So if we want to keep it going, then either myself or somebody else will have to pick up the mantle. So
nice.
We'll see about that. Cooking wise, I'm trying some delicious new recipes. Made a great pineapple chicken stir fry the other day. That seemed to get a lot of attention on the Instagram. But yeah, it was delicious.
Whip stir, man.
Whip stir. Yes, it's wonderful. I was thinking of that when I was making dinner tonight.
It's in your head now. It's saturating, you know.
It's a curse. So yeah, that's about all going on with me.
Cool, man.
So Heather, why don't you play us out?
I think I shall. Friends, thanks again for listening to another episode of WSTR Galactic Public Access. Check us out on our social media, WSTR Media. And we want to hear from you. We are approaching our 100th episode, and we want to hear from you about how awesome we are, what you need to work on, just to say hey, say congrats, whatever you want to say. And you can do that by emailing us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com. You can give us a call and leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR, 630-557-9787. Don't forget to check out our back catalog of episodes at www.wstrmedia.com. And of course, support us as best as you can by checking out our merch store. So teespring.com/stores/WSTR Media. So you know how to get a hold of us. We want to hear from you. So shout out. Next week, we will be at episode 99.
Oh.
So we are going to talk about the Phantom Menace.
That came out in 1999.
See what we did there? Is everyone catching up to the rhythm of this?
Yeah,
okay.
It's all numbers. It's a numbers game at this point.
Yeah. So, all right. That's it. I think we got it all done. So there's only one more thing to do. Now
this
is podcasting. Happy Life Day, everybody.
Happy Life Day.
For you and yours.
We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share, together joy.